Hey guys, welcome to our new channel. By the name of it, you already know this is going to be a podcast channel. Would you do the honors of saying the name, which they already saw?
Why?
Because the channel's going to be Spill the Beans Podcast.
Oh, well, you just said it.
Oh, say it.
Okay, guys, so the name of this new channel, is it called a channel?
It's
yeah, I
a
guess
new
because it's a
channel.
YouTube channel, huh?
Yes.
But it's a podcast. It is called Spill the Beans. With the beans.
So
Just kidding, it's just Spill the Beans to be clear.
yeah, so just Spill the Beans Podcast. Has been one of Jonathan's biggest goals for a long time, actually. And we said that starting 2020 would be the year that we would start a podcast. And would you like to let them know why?
The reason why we're starting a podcast, guys, is I personally listen to a lot of podcasts. Back when I worked really far away, that's all I listened to. Music, after a while, gets boring. And for those people that commute a lot, you know what I'm talking about. You listen to the same genre, same song. And podcasts are a good way to, refresh yourself from all that. So what better to do than to start our own, talk about our own topics, our own things in our life that we can't really talk about like in a YouTube video, because I feel like a YouTube video is so fast and it doesn't go into detail about our lives and what we really have to do and go through. Why do you want to start a podcast? Just because I said so?
Yeah. So when he came up to me with the idea of starting a podcast, I said, "Baby, your feet."
Oh, it's the headphones.
When he brought up the idea of starting a podcast, I said, why not? I actually do listen to podcasts myself, and I listen to basically like social media bloggers, and they interview social media bloggers, or just actually no, that's literally all they interview. So I thought, don't get me wrong, I don't listen to a lot of podcasters, and I don't really listen to any Mexican podcasters, I think. So we both actually brainstormed the idea that we would talk about our life, obviously, and also interview successful Mexican business owners, Latino, Hispanic, anything that comes from our culture, I guess.
Doesn't have to be business owner, guys. We really just want to sit down and talk to like-minded individuals that have, goals bigger than themselves, I believe. That happen to be Hispanic, and not just Hispanic. I mean, that's our focus because that's what we know. Obviously, we're not going to talk about how white people function or black people function because we have no experience in that area. So for now, it's going to be the Hispanic. Do you want to tell them a little bit about yourself, just in case?
Yeah, so I guess we should introduce ourselves because maybe, hopefully, possibly, some random person that doesn't even know who we are will stumble upon our podcast. But also, essentially, we are doing this YouTube channel, but our goal is to go on Spotify and podcasts and Apple Music or anything that carries podcasts. So hopefully, but yeah, so whoever randomly stumbles upon us, my name is Julissa. Well, I gone by Julissa my whole life, but basically on social media I'm iblancaj. And yeah, that's my social media name. I own a YouTube channel, and my Instagram following is pretty good. So that's basically what I am.
Pretty good.
I'm a video creator / influencer, whatever you want to call me. And who are you, babe?
I am her husband. So Julissa and I have been together for almost 6 years now. The first half of those years have been on and off, but now we're married. We're high school sweethearts, and yeah, it's
been a wild ride. And I'm pretty sure when we first met, this wasn't in the plans. Obviously, we didn't think, basically I didn't think that I would become a presence on the social media world, and Jonathan didn't either. He had very different plans and goals for himself and for the future, and so did I. But life works mysterious ways, and it's perfect. I love where we're at right now. The present is going pretty well so far. So
yeah. Oh, another reason why we're starting this?
Why?
Because I feel it's like a way. How a lot of people always ask us for advice on our YouTube videos and whatnot. I feel like this is a good way to let out all that advice out naturally. We're not gonna sit in front of, and because we thought like answering advices was a good idea, but then I feel like our advice is better when it just comes out naturally.
Yes.
Because if we sit down and then you ask me an advice and then I answer it, I don't know, it's different.
Although we will probably do podcasts like answering questions.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Answering things about different topics. But this is going to be an everything kind of podcast. Basically, whatever we want to put out there that we think would be interesting. We want to give advice and influence people and kind of motivate people.
The purpose of this podcast is to essentially motivate.
Anybody.
Whether that be... Because I feel like... not to toot our own horns, but I feel like we're pretty diverse. We like to go to the gym. She's an influencer. I'm getting there. We make videos, but we've also been through that. I'm still in that 9-to-5 job base. She's luckily escaped that. Or not escape, I would say move on from it. Mm-hmm. So we've been everywhere, guys, and we pretty much do a lot. So we just wanted to motivate you guys out there that, if you're in college or you're working a crappy job you might not like, just keep pushing.
Yes.
And to help us with that, we're going to have a lot of special guests on this show that have essentially done, through hard work, gotten out of that, system, you could say. So we're really excited to bring on guests, guys. I don't really want to say who yet, just because I don't like to talk before doing it.
Yeah,
but you'll see.
You'll see a lot of people that you may know and that you may not know on this channel, and I just think, or this podcast, and I just think that it's going to be a great motivator for anybody. I know when we're at the gym, we listen to music, but sometimes you just want to stop and listen to someone talking. For YouTube, I know people watch us and they're like, oh, we could watch you guys literally do nothing, and that would be a perfect video. So we just want to be like, you guys are coming to friends and just listening to what we have to say about our day or our lives, or anybody that comes on here's life. So we just want to give different point of views on different people's lives.
Yeah, because we're humans, guys. Just because we're on a screen or have a big Instagram following, like, we pretty much have the same problems.
Yeah,
we had.
And we go through the same thing that a lot of people do. And we do want to make it clear that just because we're sitting here being like, oh, well, I have to burp. Just because we are sitting here trying to give advice and talking about our experiences doesn't mean that we don't have problems or that we don't go through it. Sometimes people just don't show it. Like, you're obviously going to post the highlights of your life and not the hardships, but just know that there are a lot of those, and maybe within this podcast we'll dive deep into some of the things that we've had to deal with. But yeah, basically that's kind of an introduction to what this podcast is going to be. We just want you guys to feel comfortable coming here and listening to us talk and suggest things. What do you guys want to know about?
Guys, obviously we can't talk to you guys, every single one of you, personally, so I think the right way to do that is through the comments.
Yes.
We see every single one of your comments, so yeah.
Yep. So basically, we don't really want to ramble too much on about us. I mean, we have a YouTube channel and we've done plenty Q&As, plenty day in our lives. And I think if you guys really want to get to know us, which you will throughout the podcast that we put out, but it's not going to be like one sit down like, hey, how old are we,
Yeah. Because that's what Q&As and YouTube is for.
And that's what our channel is for. Our channel, we show you guys everything. We're in the process of planning a wedding and we're going through a legal process as well. So if you guys want to see all of that, we're not going to bore you on two channels giving you the same content. Mm-hmm. So you guys can go ahead and head to our channel, j&jvlogs, and that's where you will meet a little bit more about us. And you will through the podcast, but not this one.
Yeah.
Before we start this podcast, we do want to ask just one question really quick. How long would you guys want these podcasts to be?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question, guys.
I hear podcasts from 1 hour to 30 minutes long to an hour and a half. But I know that a lot of people don't have too much time from work to home or from home to the gym. So just let us know kind of roughly a time stamp that you guys would want these podcasts to be.
Yeah. And you don't have to be like nice guys on purpose and say 2 hours, because we love you. I personally, if I had my favorite podcaster uploaded, then I could listen to them for 2 hours. But if it's someone that I like, but I know they're, carrying it on too much, then 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It really depends how you guys see us, how you guys like to hear us or what you like to hear. So let us know.
Yeah. And also don't be afraid to give us what is it?
Feedback
on the comments.
Constructive
let us know.
criticism.
Yes. Like, you guys are too loud, you guys aren't loud enough, you guys are just anything that you think would better our podcast. Feel free to comment it down below. We do see every single comment, and Jonathan, mostly Jonathan is in charge of our joint things, so he will like every single comment and let you know that you are seen and heard.
Yeah. And guys, we do apologize in advance. We do live in an apartment complex, therefore we cannot control our neighbors.
And the sound.
Yeah, so we're in the bottom floor, so obviously you're gonna hear footsteps, you're gonna hear dogs bark, kids scream, but hopefully it won't be too long. So we apologize.
Yeah, as we grow, everything else will grow with us. So
yeah,
just cut us some slack.
Yeah. We're gonna start off this podcast with a special topic that I feel means a lot to us and that we've experienced back and forth. And if we can do something positive to this society, I feel like talking about this would help a lot.
Yeah. So
this weekend we did a lot. We actually just came back from the mountains, specifically the Vale area. We went snowmobiling. We went
to the hot springs.
We did so many other things that we've lived in Colorado all our lives, but we've never done, and that's a special thanks to Lily and Mando.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys don't know them, they're the owners of the Guadis brand. All these cool shirts you guys see, Mood, all that's actually them. And so special thanks to them for making us come out of our comfort zone and doing all these fun things that we would have never done if it weren't for such outgoing couple like them. And but yeah, that's not what we wanted to talk about. They're awesome and we could talk about them for hours, but our main topic here is what we learned from that weekend and what we took away.
So yesterday, as he said, we were at the hot springs and it was just a very chill vibe. So we just kind of bounced ideas off each other and just talked. We just talked for like 2 hours. And what we came to a conclusion in our talks, because obviously we talked about how Jonathan and I started, how I started, and how their brand started. And we came to a conclusion that in the Latino, Mexican, Hispanic community, our biggest haters are Latinos, Mexicans, and Hispanics. It's just a really like weird topic, and something that is weird to realize that your own people can also be your own haters, because la envidia is like out of this world in our culture. I feel like people don't want to see you doing better than them, and they don't realize that they have all the resources and all the potential in the world to do it if they really set their minds to it. That is what we want to talk about today. This is going to be kind of a sensitive topic, I think, because I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, our own people are the ones hating on us, but it's something that we realized this weekend and we want to talk about it.
We want to talk about it, guys, more so to help you guys, our followers, whether you're in college and you're pursuing a degree that might not make your Hispanic family so happy, whether you dropped out and that doesn't make them happy, whether you're starting this whole YouTube thing and people are making fun of you. And we would just want you to know that you're always going to have those haters, and unfortunately they're going to be of your own race sometimes. And that's what sucks, guys, and that's what we all agreed on yesterday when we were talking. And we just wanted to address that because I feel like it's not right, And I feel like we don't have like a ton of followers, but I feel like if we can talk to 1, 2, 5 of you guys to listen to us, that's great.
I do get a lot of DMs daily of girls asking me about advice on YouTube, on social media, on all of that. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, there's this special formula that you go through and that's how you make it, because it's not true. I know being Hispanic and growing up Hispanic, your parents' dream to go to college, graduate from college, be a doctor, a lawyer, a social worker, anything in those fields, obviously. And I think as we've grown up and generations have changed, or life has changed in general, social media became this huge thing that parents don't understand, because it's not in their, like, what is it called? It's not how they grew up, basically.
Yeah.
Like everyone says, a lot of Hispanic parents crossed the border and came to the United States for a better life for their children, and they worked hard to get us into school, to make us learn English and speak this whole other language that was going to essentially bring a lot of success into our lives. And we were living the American dream. And I mean, we still are, and that's what's beautiful about this country, is that you are open to so many possibilities, which social media is one of them.
And I see these comments, guys, and these like DMs are like, I'm so shy to start my own YouTube channel. And you're not shy because of the people that you don't know. You're shy because of the people you do know and that are going to see your videos. Whether that's your family, friends from high school, friends from middle school. And we're here to tell you to start that damn channel, guys. Your family, your friends are always going to have something to say. But that's where that fear should just be eliminated. Like, let yourself out of the box and just go for it. Like, yeah, it's not only about your channel. It's like I said, in every aspect of your life. I have a quick little example that I would like to share. Throughout my workforce experience, you know, I've had white and I've had Mexican bosses. And what I've noticed is that the Mexican boss doesn't want to teach you new things. It doesn't want you to like progress. They just want to keep you where you're at. On the other hand, the white boss wants to teach you all these new things, wants you to advance, wants you to, you know, progress so that you can do their job and so they can do less. And I think that's smart, guys. Like, at the same time, you're progressing as a human being and you're getting paid more. But over here with the Mexican boss, es la envidia, como decíamos, ahí te vas a quedar toda la vida. And that's just a little example that I've experienced. So, like it or not, our parents and our family are always going to have the best intentions for us. But I feel like that fear that college is the only route, that fear that safe job is the only route, is when it's what's going to not let you progress, essentially.
Right. That being said,
just don't be a hater, guys. Like, if you take the time out of your day to write a hateful comment
to someone that's trying to progress in this world,
like, you have too much time on your hands. I'm sorry, but you are just a shitty person. Like, I understand constructive criticism, things that will help better the person. Y ya, si ellos, you know, they take it the wrong way, well, that's on them. But, like, if you go out the way to make someone feel bad, someone that's just starting something, whether it's someone at the gym or someone that, you know, someone that just started going to the gym or someone that just started their YouTube channel, writing something hateful, looking at them mean, like, why? Like, what do you gain from that? And that's another thing we were talking about, how we used to get mad. But
yeah, so I used to get a lot of hate comments. I don't get them as often, and if I do, they literally just go over my head. But when I first started popping off on YouTube, I used to get a lot of hate comments, and it was basically, if you guys don't know, just a quick little story. My Mexican music playlists are what actually got me out there on YouTube. And they're Mexican music playlists. So who's watching my videos? Mexicans, people that speak Spanish, Latinos, anything. And I would get a lot of comments, like, literally just because of my music taste. Like, estás bien mensa. Like, you know, like, just mean things. Like, just mean things, you know? And I used to literally just vent to Jonathan, like, I wish I could just comment back and say this and this and that. It would ruin my day, and I would just be sad and discouraged. And now I'm like, I just laugh at them, because I just can't picture someone sitting there watching a video and being like, oh my god, estás bien mensa este video. You know, like, if you don't like something, you just click out of it. But I guess a lot of people, es la envidia, that que no, they don't... They want to be in your spot, and since they're not, they're gonna bring you down because they can't do, which they can, but they're not doing what you're doing.
Guys, that comment, it just like shoots out, I'm insecure.
Yeah, when someone's being mean to you, it's not that you're doing something wrong, it's just showing you how they feel about themselves. And that's a big thing in the social media community. I know the social media community right now is like everyone's dream job, everyone's dream career. And since we do have a lot of viewers that ask us about how to get to where we were, that's why we're talking a lot about it, because we don't want you guys to be shy, and we don't want you guys to let someone's opinion of you make you not reach your goals or dreams or potentials. Because if I had listened to everybody that left a hate comment, I would still be at my 9 to 5 job, really, really unhappy, and just not even, we probably wouldn't be in this apartment, you know?
No.
So that is one of the biggest things. You just, oh, it's like, we also said yesterday with Mando and Lily, don't sit there and argue with somebody. Yeah. Just be like, okay, yeah, cool.
Guys, there's a delete button for a reason. And if you look at our channel, there's no hate comments. And it's not that we don't get any. It's that I simply delete them. Antes, when it was just my channel, yeah, I would go back and forth with someone and se la rayaba para atrás y todo eso. Pero, ¿qué ganamos? Like, we don't gain anything. If anything, we just feel that person. They're like, oh, I got a reaction out of them.
Oh, yeah. That's the biggest thing, is that they want your attention. They want a reaction out of you. And if you give that to them, a reaction, then they're gonna win. They're the ones winning, because you are taking time out of your precious day listening to what they got to say. And even if you're like, si se la rayas para atrás, you're still giving them attention, and that's not going to make them mad. What's going to make a hater mad is if you completely ignore what they say and you keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. So
that's a lot of things. And also, we were also talking about how in a lot of cases, it's even your own family, whether it's immediate or cousins, uncles, aunts, that try to talk to you, and they're like putting you down, but with the words are like, ay, hijo, you should go to college instead of trying to be an Instagram influencer, you know? With things like that, you can be like, oh, well, do you not know how much people make? Or just don't argue with it, because at the end of the day, sometimes it's just in their best intentions too, that they want to see you thriving. And since a lot of older people don't know anything about social media world, they're just trying to give you their best advice.
And obviously, let me cut you there a little bit. We're not telling you to drop out and tell your mom to F off and go build that Instagram account. Obviously, if it's a passion, like if it was for her, if you have something in particular to offer about yourself, whether that be, you know, you like being in front of the camera, whether you know, but don't just, you know, say screw it all and go pursue being an influencer when you know, you have, it sounds mean, but you're shy and you're just an introvert, you know what I mean? So obviously don't take what we're saying as like, you know, quit your job right now and go upload a video.
Oh, no.
You know, upload a video, keep your job, keep doing YouTube, don't stop, but just, you know, keep pursuing both things. And another thing, like we were saying about how the most of the hate's going back, most of those hate comments we get and hate is from Mexicans. We just hate to see other Mexicans do good, I guess. Y todos nuestros comentarios son de hispanos que les da envidia. So yeah, guys, just be a nice person. It's not that hard. Especially be nice to your own Hispanic community. You see someone struggling out there, if they're making a new YouTube channel, if they started their own makeup page and they have 3 followers, go follow them, guys. Why are you supporting Kanye West with the new Yeezys? Why are you supporting Kylie Jenner with the new lipstick when she does not care one single flying effort about you? You know, if your friend is starting a new company, whether their lipsticks are shit and they're Crayola crayons, like go and buy 3 of them. You know what I mean? They're your friend, they're Hispanic, and wouldn't it be nice to see someone from your community like sprout out and be successful? And deep down, if you say to yourself, no, I wouldn't like that, then sister, you gotta pray. You gotta, you know, you gotta change yourself. And you're not, I can guarantee you 100% right now, guys, si tienes envidia, si te da coraje cuando ves a otros salir adelante, you're not gonna be shit in life.
You're not doing good. With that being said, supporting an online business, it's completely free. If you don't have those $10 to spend on a shirt, on makeup, or anything, simply following, liking their page, sharing their pictures, commenting on their pictures to get their engagement going, that is completely free.
Yeah.
So don't think that you have to go spend millions of dollars on someone's brand, but just like their pictures and comment like, hey, love this, love what you're doing. But don't be envidioso, because the tables can turn. And say you comment something bad on someone's picture, they're starting a makeup brand, and then further down the road you want to start a makeup brand. well, the same thing that you were doing back then, being mean, not supporting, that's the same karma that you're going to get back. So just keep in mind that how you're treating others right now is how you will be treated in the future. Or karma works in mysterious ways and it gets you when you least expect it. So just literally just be a good person. And we're not telling you that we're perfect, and we're not telling you to go and be perfect. And obviously everyone has opinions, and yeah, but if you don't like someone, if you don't like something, and you just have a negative like vibe towards them, don't follow them. Don't watch their videos. Don't interact with them, and that's it. You do you and let them do them.
So I'm all about examples, guys. So I'm gonna be giving you a lot of examples. But if Adriel from the main family, if you've gone this far to watch this, you gave me a really good example the other day when we were talking. Y eso es como, hay un grupo de, ¿cómo se dice? Indios, de India. Los árabes, pues. Empiezan como, por ejemplo, 6 árabes, and they all go get their money together and they buy one gas station. And then that gas station makes enough money and they buy another gas station. And then those 2 gas stations make even more money and buy the 3rd and 4th gas station, until all those 6 Arabs have their own gas station. And I've seen this, guys. I have, Arab friends. So there's 6 guys came together and they all now each have their own gas stations. We can't even think about 6 Mexicans coming together and doing that, because hay mucha envidia. O sea, no, me da tanto coraje that we're the Mexican race. We're so hardworking, guys. You've seen it. You see it in your dad. You see it in your brother. You see it in yourself. But we just don't. If it's not us climbing that next step in the ladder, we don't want to let the person, below us.
Climbing the same ladder.
Climbing the same ladder, basically.
Yeah, it all goes back to la gente no quiere verte. Ay, I got a gallo. La gente no te quiere ver salir adelante, especialmente si vas a hacer algo mejor que ellos. Y si estás haciendo algo mejor que ellos, van a hablar.
Yeah. So, guys, the message behind this podcast is simple. Just be a better person.
Mm-hmm. Don't be perfect, but
Just try to be nicer, guy. You'd be surprised how much karma, and by karma I mean God, works if you're nicer. If you just have more pure thoughts, it's crazy. And I know a lot of you listening might be younger, con mucho coraje, con mucho, tanta impaciencia por donde están ahorita, and that creates coraje. But guys, I promise you, just be a nicer person. And I feel like we're like complaining about the hate, but we need to reflect on, you guys show us so much love in the comments, guys. You guys are by far the best. Sometimes we're so insecure about a video. We're like, guys, no one's gonna like this, babe. Like, I'm just not gonna upload it. And you guys show us so much love. It's ridiculous. For every hate comment, how many good comments do you think we get?
Like 50.
No.
Yeah.
Like 100.
Okay.
For every hate comment we get, it's like 100 good comments, guys.
Well, yeah, that's true. If a video gets over 200 comments, 1 or 2 of them are mean.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing you also have to reflect. If you have 50 friends that are being nice to you, and there's that one friend that just won't support you, you need to not focus on that one person. Just be like, oh my gosh, like I have 50 people like being nice to me, and that one person.
I guess you're gonna lead us into our next point.
Yeah.
It's just who you're with.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot we were gonna talk about that too.
Yeah, guys. Obviously, who you hang out around with has a lot to do. But I would say it's more in your personal
circle.
No, it's more like yourself, if you let them affect you.
Yes.
Because I think we're all entitled to have those friends. We all have those friends that are like
completely polar opposites.
And that don't strive to be better, don't strive, but they're still your friends because they're nice human beings. And I'm not telling you to cut them off, but if you have someone that brings you down, gives you bad ideas, and you do, bad when you're with them.
Snip, snip.
Yep.
But yeah, like that saying, the birds of the same feather flock together. There is that saying, like, you are who you hang out with. But sometimes, just like you said, you may not be exactly how that other person is, but if you are hanging around with people that are pure bad or that are not helping you reach those goals, then you should actually like reflect on that. We're not saying cut off every single one of your friends, but we're just saying kind of
more so choose who you listen to.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to put it. You know, who are you going to take advice from? You know, your broke uncle, your broke friend that lives in the basement, or a successful friend that you might have that you haven't talked to in a while. Just reach out to them and ask them for advice. Ask your parents for advice, because they're very successful people. If they came across the border with nothing and now they have a home, they have vehicles, and they put food on your table throughout all these years, then they are very successful people.
So basically, going back to this weekend and how we got the motivation to literally start a podcast today.
Yeah.
Surrounding ourselves with Lily and Mando, the owners of Guari's brand. Oh my gosh, like it gave us a breath of fresh air. It motivated us. It made us so excited for what the future holds.
Just surrounding yourself around with like-minded individuals is amazing. They really open your eyes to the possibilities as a Hispanic, as a Latino person.
So Lily and Mando are a few years older than us. The way we think is the exact same way that they think. And they were asking us questions that made us dig deep into our goals and made us dig deep into our passion and what we want from this world. And it was just crazy to think that there was like this couple like all the way across the
country,
and having the same issues, having the same goals that we have. So essentially, we came out of this weekend wanting to move to LA for a year and explore our what is it called? Our opportunities and open the doors to bigger things. But that's crazy because before this weekend, I would have never wanted to move to LA, which you guys already know if you follow me.
All right, guys. With that being said, we're not going to talk your ear off. This was just a little introduction about how podcasts are going to try to go. I know that this is our first podcast, so cut some slack, like Julissa was saying. They're choppy. They might have a lot of edits because we like to go off topic a lot and we like to crash heads a lot. But what I want you to take from this, guys, is just to be a nicer person, a nicer Hispanic, Latino person. It doesn't cost anything to be nice on social media, in real person. And try it for a week, guys. If you feel some sort of feeling in here towards hate towards someone, pray. What I like to do, like for example, when I have road rage, guys, because I have the worst road rage, and she's never seen me do this because I'm not going to do it in front of her. But when I'm by myself and I have road rage and I cuss at someone, I pray to God. I pray for them. I tell them, God, please, whoever that was, I hope they have an amazing day. I hope they have a better day than me. And I do that a lot to like 10 people throughout my mornings when I would commute all the way to Greeley. But that's just a little something I practice with, just to be nicer. Because that all comes back. Even though you whispered, hijo de tu, you know, it's all out there. It's all vibes.
You're putting it out into the universe.
So yeah, so that's all going to come back, guys.
Yep.
But anyways, thank you guys so much for listening or watching if you're on YouTube. Well, it's first going to be watching all this time because we don't know how to put
For listening and watching, because some people just play YouTube videos
some
when
people,
they clean.
When you're doing makeup.
Yeah, me.
Anyways, go ahead, babe. Wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know, please, in the comments what you want to hear from us. Whether that be strange topics all the way from alien conspiracies, because we have a lot of those. Haunted stories, we have a lot of those, to real life situations, real life matters. Maybe you want some advice what you're going through.
All right, well, that is going to be it for today's podcast/video. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching us just talk about what we're feeling at the moment. And yeah, we'll see you guys. Well, it's weird. We'll see you guys.
When are we uploading next?
Like,
what should we do? Should we do it? Like, we're gonna strive for once a week. How about that?
Well, okay, so you will hear and see us on this channel once a week, and that is going to be our goal this year, to keep up with this channel, because it has been a huge goal for Jonathan. So we are gonna work on
just
it.
Me.
For you, for your podcast, for a podcast.
Just me. It's not a goal for you. So te vale? Te vale?
No, it's a huge goal for me, but like.
But not as much.
No, babe. What I'm trying to get at is that you don't like your goal for your YouTube channel has always been a podcast.
Yeah.
It hasn't been like daily vlogging like
Oh,
me.
no. Yeah.
So this has been
I
like,
guess you're right. Yeah.
in your mind, it's been your
Yeah,
biggest goal
it's been
to do a
podcast.
podcast.
And I feel like I'm starting from scratch, guys. I don't know if you remember Joyce's first videos when I would come out. I would not say a single word. And I feel like I'm being awkward right now with this podcast. Just because I'm nervous, believe it or not. Even though we do videos. But, yeah. So let us know what you guys want to see.
Yeah. We'll try to get more comfortable with this microphone in the middle
Yeah.
of us. Jonathan is also doing a lot of research on how to exactly use it to give you guys the best audio possible. So just grow with us, because one day this podcast is going to be very, very crispy.
Very nice.
We're starting from zero right now, but we just want to be raw, real, and honest, and not just start it right now, because that's what we wanted. We wanted to start it.
It's not going to be perfect.
Nope.
But anyways, guys, comment down below what you guys want us to talk about and what you liked about this podcast and what you didn't like.
Yes. So without further ado, this
Okay.
is it. What should be our outro? Like because with
We
them
blow
it's
the
like,
candle.
oh, that's good. Because they're like,
No,
and that's
Jeff
what we
did that.
said. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea.
Blowing out the candle?
No. We have to say something like, and that was spill the beans.
Okay,
Or
guys.
something like that.
Thank you guys so much for being here for our very first podcast. And that was Spill the Beans. Spill the Beans.
Spill the beans.
Not spilling.
Spill.
Spill the beans.
Okay.
With
Maybe we should spill some beans.
Spill the Beans.
Okay. And that
It
was
was Spill the Beans.
Okay.
With
J&J? Or what?
the beans. No, we shouldn't
Let's
say
just
that.
say that.
That should be, and that's Spill the Beans.
And that was us spilling the beans. That's good.
Okay,
No?
and that's Spill the Beans. And that was us spilling the
So
beans.
now
No, the name should be that Spill the Beans, and that was us spilling the beans.
Okay.
Okay, guys, thank you guys so much for hearing / watching.
Yeah.
And that was
Spilling the beans. Come on, baby. We have to say it together.
and that was
Okay, and then that's my thing?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
and that was
Spilling the beans.
with Jay.
And J. Vlogs.
Okay. Okay, guys.
Okay,
we're
we'll
gonna
get better
keep-
at that.
Yeah,
Don't
we'll
worry
get
about
better. Okay. Bye.
it.